Welcome on YouTube. Welcome. This is Janet Rangi. Welcome. Okay, today's topic, as you can see, the easiest and quickest way to come to America. For those who are coming for the first time, welcome. Janet Rangi, you're very welcome. Subscribe. Okay. For those who followed me for a long time and subscribe, thank you. You're the strongest. Okay. So, all right, everyone, welcome. I'm going to talk about the quickest, easiest way of coming to America. And for that reason, the quickest and easiest way to make money. Okay. And I'm going to define, okay, a visiting visa in detail. Okay. That is how people will come here. Okay. The quickest, easiest way, honestly, let's just go to the point, but how? Because the most important thing is to know the details of how you will actually come quickly, how you will come easily, and how you'll be able to make money. Okay. Using these quickest means of coming to America. Okay. Welcome. All right. As I said, there are so many kinds of visas. How do you decide which one? And for me, I'm very practical, very practical. So let's just go straight to a visiting visa, aka B1, B2 visa. B1, okay, we have, of course, conferences, we have businesses, okay, we have events, we have pleasure, we have visiting family, coming for occasions, special occasions, graduations, weddings, baptism, childbirth, baby shower, also checking off the bucket list. So there are many things that will bring you on a visiting visa. And that's why I'm saying is the quickest. And let's go first of all, the quickest. And then we'll go to the easiest part. And then we'll go to how to make money or how to make full use. If you haven't seen my shorts, please pay attention to the shorts. The shorts, the whole of last week, I've been saying details of visiting visa in 1 minute. 1 minute, I'm able to cover a full topic on visiting visa. So do not ignore the shorts when you see them. Okay. Those who haven't seen the house tour, go watch. Janet Rangi, okay. House tour. You better go and watch because you asked me and I presented. I'm not ready to present the wedding yet. Okay. It's going to come when it comes. All right. But for now, at least I delivered on the house. I mean, so we should be thankful visiting visa. So remember, just a few months ago, I know we are in 2023, but just a few months ago, we thought that coming on a visiting visa was a mountain to climb. Why? Because of the pandemic. When the pandemic came, there were staffing shortages. People are not working. People are at home. We all know that worldwide. So we had a lot of backlogs. Luckily, that has been fixed. News flash. If you are following me for the first time and you think people are waiting for visiting visa 2024, you're wrong. Yes, some of them are still on the line. But the embassy has tried its best to reach out to everyone that was on the line. Most people are calling me and say, Janet, all of a sudden I received a letter from the embassy to show up. Some of you, you had visiting visas. You are told you don't even have to line up. Just go and do it online. We had a client come to us in 3 days. She had a visa, 3 days, because hers had expired. In fact, she thought the cut point is 1 year, only to realize that if you had a previous visiting visa and it expired less than 4 years ago, you go online. Then they will follow up with you with an email and tell you what to do. More than likely, just pick your new visa. So they've done a lot for people who've already been in the embassy and gotten these visas. They've done a lot to make sure that they don't even have to take their time. But for those who've never been in the embassy, that is where they are spending time to go face to face. So now, with all the resources, with looking for more money, looking for more funding, paying new employees, going virtual, going online, they've managed to sustain, to prevent the backlog. So now they've reduced, basically, that's what the word I'm looking for. They've reduced the backlog. We have clients that have been getting in there like three weeks. They have a visiting visa. Some of them, maybe the event was coming up in March. And then when we told them, no, now you can't even get appointments, they're like, oh, I'm not going to wait until October or wherever. And then I tell them they line up. They line up, now they all have appointments. Newsflash, most of them are waking up. We find appointments for them in next week, You find them in 3 days, I mean, in 2 weeks. It's happening. So me, I don't come here to talk to you about things. I am doing it. And that is the good news with Janet. There is no guesswork. Some of you are watching me here. Some of you are even my clients. Okay? You know that Janet is telling you the truth. Okay? So is the quickest. So we are no longer waiting on the line for 2 years. We are not waiting for 1 year. So why does Janet say it's the quickest? Now, if we try students, of course, we have to give it time for bank statements, for applications, for universities to come back to us, for maybe TOEFL, for English exams, for standardized testing. Then the board decides to sit once a month, and then we get a decision, and then it has to go to the department. By the time we get even responses, sometimes it's 1 or 2 weeks, but still worth it. I mean, 2 months, sometimes 3 months. We've waited even 4 months. Then that is when you go to the embassy. Visiting visa, honestly, as soon as we get the client, we usually scramble to go and get the embassy appointment for them. Okay, so very quick. So now do you see the quickest? So we are kind of now knowing the quickest. It's kind of like you wake up today, you've been having this thing on the bucket list. You've always wanted to go and visit that person. You've always wanted to go and see this place. You've always wanted to go to this conference. You've always wanted to improve something. And you say you'll come for a training. Okay, you can make that a reality in 1 month or 3 months. Okay, quickest. B1, B2, visiting visa, quickest. I'm just helping you. I'm not saying you apply for that, but me, I'm just here to tell you how things happen. I love your comments. Thank you for coming. Okay, now let's talk easiest. How easy is it? Because again, I'm here in the shorts explaining in 1 minute. Shorts, 1 minute. Why it's easy. Janet, bank statement. I don't have bank statement for visiting visa. Unlike the student visa, there is a law saying you have to prove 1 year, and which the embassy doesn't even sometimes look. Most of the time, they don't even look because they know before you get admission, the schools have followed the law. You have to provide a bank statement to determine that you met the requirements for 1 year funding. So usually they don't bother, but they look at you generally. Visiting visa, if I'm wrong, I haven't read anywhere where the law says you have to show a bank statement. So they are going to look at the total picture. They will ask you that question: how are you going to fund yourself? Maybe, maybe not. Right? They will ask you, or maybe, maybe not. And I've always done for you the math. What does it take for me to come and visit America? An air ticket, which could be 1,500 two-way dollars. When I reach here, I might book a hotel that is $120 per day, an average one. I'm not saying go to that cheap one. A cheap one can be $60 a motel per night. And there are those that are 400 per night. There are those that are thousands per night. But let's go for around $100 per night. Yeah. Let's say you're here for 10 days. That's $1,000, right? Okay, together with the air ticket, 1,500, hotel, another $1,000, right? Now, food, Uber, $300, $400, right? So we are looking at 3,000 US dollars. The trip is funded. Do you have to have that on a bank statement? I will carry it. Am I going to carry a bank statement that is $3,000? Probably not. I can carry any bank statement, or I can carry one that is 10,000 or 50,000. Okay, because at the end of the day, even if you have that 300,000 and it took you 1 week to make it, it makes sense. But if it took you 10 years to make that money, you don't look very strong. Okay, but just look, the embassy is not going to look at the bank statement and what is exactly bringing you to America. They will, don't get me wrong, because they will ask you why and how long. Okay, but they want to know, looking at this person here, this person, do they have a reliable job? Is the job paying well? How long have they been on this job? Are they in school? How many years have they put in school? If they're in the 4th year, are they more likely to just abandon a 4th year education for the sake of a visiting visa and drop everything from the University of Nairobi? How possible is that? I don't think so. Yeah. And this one just had a baby. The baby is 7 months. She's a new mother. And this one just said she's engaged. I wonder if that can make her. So it's you to sell yourself. Okay, and we'll talk about the embassy, but today I'm just saying, okay, quickest and easiest. So we are just finding out that it might not be as expensive as you thought. So it's not about you putting emphasis on money. The emphasis should be what will take you back. When you stand at that window, actually, that when you look in the eyes, you should be looking like this, like a hawk. Okay, you tell them, okay, the mistake you make, and I don't want to go into the embassy videos, but let me say something. Okay, you show up at the window because in your mind you thought it's a quiz. How are you? Fine. Let me have your passport here. How can I help you? Visiting visa. For how long? For 2 weeks. Okay. Visa has been given. Visa has been denied. Imagine, they didn't even ask me any questions. They didn't even ask documents. They only asked me 3 questions. Okay, because that was your expectation because you went there for a quiz. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Now let's see someone who gave documents. Okay, different scenarios. Hey, good morning, good morning. What takes you there? As you can see, this invitation letter from this organization here, I'm going for this. Oh, okay, interesting, interesting. Okay, how do you plan to fund? You know what? I've been working on this job, and this is how much. Oh, the latest pay slip. Actually, here's the latest pay slip. Yes, yes. And how do we know you'll come back? You know what? Actually, I've been working with this company. They've been very gracious enough to give me, time off. Hey, here's the letter. Here's the letter for coming back. They did not ask me for any documents. They did not ask me for any documents. This one gave 5 documents. This one expected a quiz. This one did not expect a quiz. They went to sell themselves. They enjoyed the environment. Okay? Hello. They know it by question 3. Denied. They've seen it every day. Me, even when I'm tired, I can tell someone that I need to listen to, even you. Or someone that I just don't know. See you, bye. Okay, so now you've gotten an appointment very quick, and now it's easy because it's not that expensive. And then you go to the window and you sell yourself, and you manage to convince them. You know what? I did a video recently online live on our platform. Sometimes I don't like mentioning the names because there's artificial intelligence. By the artificial intelligence has reached the immigration. Okay, so very soon we are going even to improve our services. They can hear my speech. And if they hear another platform, they'll say, oh, she's promoting another platform. Oh my God, the things we have to pay attention to. Okay. So now I was on a certain platform doing a video, and then I invited a guest. And she asked me, Janet, my brother was just at the embassy, and my brother was denied a visa. And okay, which questions did they ask? They asked which country? Have you traveled outside Kenya? That question, you will meet it. And this audience was meeting me for the first time, so I revised with them the law. I say, if you didn't know, the embassy is looking at someone who will show compelling ties that they will go back home. That's all. That's the universal law at that embassy. Okay. Now they ask, have you? Oh yes, I've been to East African countries. How did you travel? Did you go by road or did you go by plane? By road. Okay. No. Okay, denied. I'm not saying they will deny you because you went by road. What I'm trying to say that once you understand the law, they will try many ways of catching you. So if they ask you how you travel and you say you flew, you're more likely to pass because you're showing like you know what, you have the means. People who fly are probably not even desperate for America anyway. So you have to be thinking very quick when a question comes to you. What is the goal of that question? They're trying to weigh your abilities, how well you're doing in Kenya. So had he said, yeah, went with Kenya Airways, and we're going for a conference. Actually, I've been there twice. Yeah, we spent time there, and actually I had a chance to go to the safaris when I was there. I visited a few places in Tanzania, and then I came back, and I plan to go back again actually in 2 months. I'm not saying that is the situation, but in case that is the situation, you've sold yourself. You've told them, hey, okay, I can buy even a ticket. I don't even have to drive. Because you know what, when you drive, you could just be crossing there to go and eat nyama choma across. You could just be going to Namanga border and saying, hey, officer, and then you put 1 foot in and 1 foot out, or you rush there and then you buy some bananas or drinking water and you come, and they know it. But if I come with a passport that is showing Ethiopian Airlines, Kenya Airways. There's some ability. So pay attention to the words coming from their mouth. Okay? And just remember what the janitor is saying, the law. Pink slip means you did not show ties. Or they just gave me that paper. No, I've watched them. They say when they give you the paper, they're just telling you they are not convinced that you'll come back. And they don't even have to tell you, but that's what the paper's saying. But these days, I've even read those papers. They tell you, if you come back, prepare to tell us what has changed. They're even telling you, tell us what has changed. But I still meet clients who come for consultation, or they call me when I'm not busy. I answer their questions, and they still just want to take that chance without making any difference. And there's nothing I can do. And mostly it has to do with the patience. I'm going to take my chance again. If I apply again, the process might be longer. If I apply again, the money is expensive. And you think the embassy is going to think like that, and the embassy has been trained to respect the first decision. So it's your responsibility to go and explain what has changed. The other one denied you. Assume that this embassy records. Assume that they have to explain to America why they gave you a visa. And you show up the same way, surely. What are we doing? And another thing I've noticed, as I said, sometimes you think they have to quiz you. Hello, good morning. What brings you here? Da, 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 da. Eh? But you have to go in the mindset of selling yourself. So when they listen to your record later on, tell them what they want to hear. Basically, I'm just telling, and it's normal here for us to say that. It's like when you're going for, and this is common, and you will see this when you come to America. You've been having a resume. You've been working in a company. You have all these big theoretical statements, and then you say your duties and everything. So when you come here, they ask you your past experience, work experience. You're busy stating how you worked in the bank and you managers and doing this and all that. And the job you are looking is a caregiving job. Take it seriously. The caregiving job is, we are looking for a client who can lift patients 50 pounds, who is able to budget and buy food, nutritional food, who is able to follow the menu and prepare, who is able to assist clients to doctor's appointments. So your resume should match with what the job you're going to do. Okay, so in other words, tell the embassy what they want to hear, because so they can record it for you and give you a visa, or so they can record in their records following the law. Okay, am I giving you just tips? Okay, so it should not, they ask me 2 questions, or they didn't ask documents. Did you give yourself an opportunity? As you talk, you're sliding. Oh yes, actually I plan to come back. Here's the letter from the employer. Some of you will even, like now, I'm helping people to get all these things that, Americans offer these things, and if you have it in the hands and you do not use that opportunity to show, do you know how many people leave even that embassy without showing a scholarship? As sad as it is, because in their mind, I thought they will ask me, but they never asked me a scholarship. How did you sell yourself? They think that, okay, so why this school is cost effective? And you know what? I feel very privileged. Actually, here is the scholarship letter. They gave me 5,000 US dollars, and the remaining is this, and this is how I plan to do. And the reason why I have a bank statement from my auntie, honestly, is because you want this total picture she has offered. Personally, I have this funding here. If you give me this chance, you see, I will not need this vehicle. This vehicle already is enough to cover my first semester. Fight. That's what you're telling them. You can self-sponsor yourself. And they are recording, and they are listening, and they are typing. It's your responsibility to sell yourself. Okay? And so one thing I always say, which is unfair, is they will judge you, but they've not given you the resources. And that's why you should be thankful for people like us. Okay? Can you imagine going to a test without preparation? That embassy does not provide anyone with a manual, but they will hold you accountable to the law. Think about it. Think about it. They will hold you accountable to the US law, but they've never cared to give you a manual. And you will be seeing me on YouTube very soon. I'll be coming, Hey guys, don't stop whatever you're doing. Don't pass this video. Do you know if you go to the US embassy, you're expected to follow the US law, yet no one tells you. No one has the manual. Here is Janet Rangi. Please, if you want to go through that US embassy, 1, 2, 3, there's a need, there's a problem. Okay, there's a problem. All right, there's a problem. And it's our responsibility as educated people to bring to the table where there's a problem and solve a problem. So quick, easy, fight at the embassy. After that, how do you use the visiting visa? The intent is to come visit and go back. That's what the law says. Because you have to fulfill that law that you go back. That's why they gave you that. So now you cross the border, you have all these documents, student certificates, you have title deeds, as if you are migrating from a new country forever. No, we are not doing that. In fact, we are just coming with 2 clothes because they are beautiful clothes in America. Don't you see? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Why would I be carrying clothes from outside? You'll come and put on such a briefcase because you're coming for a short trip. If you're busy conversing with your boyfriend, it's time to erase cookies. Because now they will think you're coming to see your boyfriend who is American and the boyfriend will keep you here. Why would you put yourself? And you know very well that is not your intent. Your intent is to come for that conference and go back, right? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, so when you come here, then don't, and and then when you come here, do what brought you here. Okay, you cannot just run. I've done my research. I've watched Janet Rank on the shots, and she said, you know what, you can change status. If you do it immediately, they'll be like, what was your intent? Okay, so you have to show exactly where you said. If it's Missouri, please show up in Missouri. Okay, if it's Kansas, show up in Kansas. Florida, show up in Florida. When they ask you exactly what you say there is what you say here, because the machine has already transported things. When you are coming in the plane, the information also coming with you. Okay, so you cannot contradict. All right, now you go safely, you reach that place, you party, you do whatever took you there, and then you feel free. By the way, this is a common question. People think when they go to Florida, they have to stay in Florida or they have to get another visa. No, that visa will take you to the 50 states in America. Once the port of entry is the most important. Once the port of entry has welcomed you to the American soil, now you just travel from one state to another. Anywhere you go, you just take planes. Some things I thought were obvious, but they are not. So that's why I repeat, because I receive a lot of information. Okay. Yeah. So just make sure you know that you can actually travel. Okay. But you have to stay. Now, after a while, then there's that possibility legally. Don't make mistakes that people do things, the shortcuts. You go to a community. Legally speaking, a visiting visa, unless a few states you can drive, okay? Washington State, New York, okay? Not sure with others, not sure, don't quote me, but mostly you can't drive, you can't work, okay? You cannot. But people do. Me, I've heard on TV, they usually say, I don't know, millions of people from all over the world, undocumented, okay? No one tells us how they survive. What does it mean? And then sometimes they have employer verification systems, knowing that they know some people work. Okay, so let's just, for the sake of this video, for the sake of explanation reasons, people work. Okay, people work the next day. And by the way, right now they need people, and I don't see any employer complaining. But you have to know, okay, you can't just come here, I'm going to open a bank account. I'm going to, no. If you break the law, when you ask any other benefits, they will not give them to you. Okay, so be aware of that. But now, to me personally, I go through the right ways. That is when I tell you, now you can explore. During exploration, I went and saw this school here for piloting. I went and saw this school here for business administration. And I say, hey, okay, let me join the school. Okay. And people come to me for guidance and I help them. I tell them, you do this. And then they come back, say, thank you, Janet, your status was approved. Okay. USCIS is doing a good job. Can I just commend them? When I guide my clients, they are very nice. Okay? They are very nice. So far, no one has been denied. If you ever use Janet and you never came back to tell me what happened, please come back. Those who've come back, 100% approved. Okay? Can I just say that? Okay? Thank you. I love you. Okay? Can I repeat again? Anyone that has come for advice to ask Janet, how do I do this? Janet has gone and done her research and read and understood. And the advice that she gives in those consultations that some of you take for granted. Can I just say that those consultations, when it comes to change of status, it has worked 100% approved. Okay. All right. So now you decide, they change for you. Remember, when you change status, and I'm elongating the video. During that time, you have to be here. I'll come back to do a video of change of status, okay? Because that will be too long. I advise people at that point, hey, use the student visa to do nursing, because we do what? Need to have a green card. Nurse assistant is becoming a possibility, okay? And some of you who let your papers expire, this is when you cry tears. Some of you who might tell you when you go Kimbizi, this is when you cry tears. If you see someone else that Janet has told, run here, do this course for 4 to 6 weeks, come here. Green card. That is when you'll know that this information is powerful. And if you refuse to follow my direction, sometimes I respect choices. Okay? One thing, but you know what? When you're here, okay, now did you see? Watch this video again. Did you see if it was quick? I love your comments. It was quick, it was easy. And by the way, you just never know. You just never know. You could be listening like this 2 weeks from now, 5 weeks from now. Things have changed. I'm just saying, okay? And why do we do this? Because we want to build up a cute house back home. We want to have the resources. We want to be part of the economy. That's what we are doing. Because we are not just going to come here and be spectators of, hey, you just see Janet Rangi. Look at my beautiful house in Ghana. And then you just see Janet walking there, and then she's talking to contractors and they are building, and you are just keep watching videos. No, what Janet is saying, how about even you find the money? Most of these videos I see, the investors are people like us in the diaspora, meaning you watching me today. Because what you are going to improve your earning abilities. You understand? And to me, that is what I'm looking at. To me, that is my passion, is to give back. Okay? And some of you think it's the other way around. What you don't know is giving back. You understand? You're giving back in terms of resources, because resources, if you wait for someone to give them to you, they will never. And I've come to realize the best resource is here. The best resource is to stop complaining and just take action. So if I realize, like, people if we can improve our information at the embassy and improve our chances of getting the visa, then not only are we improving the knowledge, because when you come here, you'll go back. Next time you're building a house, you're going to say, hey, you know, from going to America and going to their schools and watching people like Janet Rangi, I'm not just going to build a house. Before I build a house, I'm going to do my research. And I'm going to build my house in this style, traditional. I'm going to build one that is contemporary. So everything becomes research. Now, if many of you go back, what society are you building? You're taking the riches from Sunshine Continent, you are combining with the knowledge you've learned, voila. Okay, so that is the big picture, my friends. That is the big picture. So if every wherever we get even 10 of you come, by the end of the year, how many have come? It's a resource. It's a resource. Quickest, easiest way to come to America and make money. Of course, if you change, nursing will give you money, but along the way, there's on campus, you'll be making money. Okay? You will be making money. So let's not even talk about money in America. It's manna. Manna from heaven. Okay? It is. That is why some people don't want to go back. But me, I'm like, no. We are not going to spoil our papers. We are going to find ways so that we don't just focus on today. Because the benefits for today, by the way, the money can be sweet. Okay. Don't judge people. Because when you come the first 1 or 2 weeks, the money becomes very sweet. And then all of a sudden, you're like, why would I go and leave these dollars? You understand? Well, you understand? But my friends, just do the right thing. I love you. I love you. I love you. Good luck with your visiting visa. B1, B2. I love your comments, all of you. Okay. I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye, guys.